Alright, we're back. Deus Ex Hong Kong.
Yep. And I think the main reason why we picked this one is because it's got the best music and the worst racism.
Yeah.
Almost to the point of hilarity. So we're mostly just going to be walking around, checking out the locals.
You're next to the compound Paul used to visit, and I don't know who it belongs to. I think I'm clear now. Good thing the NSA invested in stealth technology.
Thanks, Jock.
I like how this guy's name is Gordon Quick. Is it supposed to be like Flash Gordon?
I don't know.
Maybe a reference?
Brother's name is Paul Denton. I heard that he was a frequent visitor to this compound. You know him?
The Romanos path is closed to rhinos.
Paul is no friend of the West.
My name is Gordon Quick.
Wow, that's a
I know
pretty
your
bold
brother,
style.
but
Yeah.
you are not him. They say you are loyal to Renatco.
I was, before Paul showed up in New York. A day later, I
So
was
yeah,
out in
the
SF.
pretty cheesy, broken English accents and
You are in Hong Kong now.
language.
You are a businessman.
Yeah, it's not great.
Do you know if white people voiced these characters?
That's a good question. I don't know for sure.
Or like they were Asian actors who did like an exaggerated accent?
Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question. Yeah, we could look at the voice acting sheet.
And Miss
But-
Chow started the war by blaming us, the Romanos path.
I kind of assumed that they just fired
They
white
just got
actors.
white people.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's like kind of horrible.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
Nanotechnology developed by the
And it's kind of one of those things where, like, I don't know if we wanted to maybe talk about the role of China in sci-fi or what it tends to be, but I find that, like, for some reason in a technocratic world, China as a symbol, or like Japan in Blade Runner, maintains this kind of traditional Orientalist type aesthetic, and I don't know why it's always in sci-fi.
Yeah.
Against Miss Chow,
Yeah.
but then I'll need to see Tong or I
Yeah, even look at like Firefly, right? Where it's
Yeah.
the two languages, or English and like Mandarin.
And I think the simple answer is that because there's mostly Chinese people in the world, like statistically, that they think that that's just what is going to remain when there's a war, or like people are moving to Mars or something, that you
It's
know.
their way of offsetting the kind of Western bias, but it's always East and West. You know, in sci-fi,
Yeah.
like South America just basically doesn't exist. Nobody
Yeah.
ever recognizes that those countries are there, or Africa often gets overlooked. The entire continent is just, you know, that's why I guess that's part of what made District 9 interesting.
Yes, exactly.
So you rarely see science fiction set in that continent, that area of the world.
That was like a monk we had talked to, some like, and he just speaks in Mandarin, which is a thing that's often in Deus Ex games, where they'll have the characters actually speaking the language of that country, which is like, I don't know how like more authentic that is, especially in this game, but
Yeah. I do applaud this approach though. Like Deus Ex is one of the few first-person RPGs and games that bothers to look at other cultures and has you visit other cultures. I do wish that they got more people from those cultures involved in the production of this part of the game. They often will say like, we traveled there, I did some backpacking there. I think the writer of this game, Sheldon, says that he was traveling in the area not that long ago when he came on board to Deus Ex, and so that was kind of fresh on his mind. But it's, yeah, on the one hand it's great, you know, you never see like a lot of shooters just contend themselves on being either North American set, or they're so far in the future where apparently there's no more cultural distinctions. It's just, you know,
yeah.
Earth culture.
So she said she doesn't like children.
What do you think of the Luminous Path Triad?
Cowards, soon to be gone. They have to steal weapons because they have lost the traditional arts.
Kind of weapon.
I like how she also just has like Chinese characters on her shirt, just so you're like very clear that she's Chinese.
Yeah.
Many publications.
Many publication.
What do you think of the Red Arrow Triad?
They will control all of Wei China in a few weeks.
This is another thing I like about Deus Ex games is usually when you talk to people in the areas, they often give you different perspectives and different insights into things. They're not just kind of filler. I always find it quite interesting to talk to the NPCs in these games.
They have something to say
She gives a lot of money to
that's not necessarily just like a quest marker or whatever.
Yeah. Like, it's not anything outside a normal RPG game, but...
Oh, it's a map. In Wan Chai Market is where... What? That's just grammatically incorrect. In Wan Chai Market is where you will take in tea, buy a bird, and shop for antiques and other wonderments. The Old China Hand and the Lucky Money Club have dancing and drinks for all. End your day with much ovation in a sampan ride through the historic canal, or observe ceremonies at the authentic temple in the main square. Enjoy! That might be just a typo?
Or they're just writing in broken English.
Yes, which
Well-
is also horrible.
But a lot of the signage tends to be just like a Google Translate version of...
Like all this stuff?
Yeah, that's... I wonder.
Shall we go to the club?
Let's go to the club that's right next to the mega corporation VersaLife.
Yeah, I wonder what the connection is there.
Yeah, I don't know. The zones are pretty small.
Yeah, they really are.
See the dancing in the future.
The mall area is perfectly safe.
Oh, thanks.
With
guy
his,
the
like,
giant
Grenade
shotgun.
launcher.
Yeah.
And there's also no one here, and that's probably why it's safe.
Yeah.
Oh, except this guy.
If you want a good time, I recommend the Rocky Money. We patrol this area 24 hours.
You don't look like you're patrolling to
If you
me.
want a good time, I recommend the Rocky Money.
Hey. Also, this sounds like a song that you would play when you're running away from somebody, or like that you got caught. I don't know. To
It's
me,
good.
that's what it sounds like.
It's a good beat, though.
Leather boots. For you, 25 credits in
Oh.
She likes our punk look.
There you go.
Perfect. I order you to stand in the spotlight and growl at the women like a dog who needs a master.
Yeah, like people are really into like your outfits in almost all of the games. They're really into your trench coat. They're really into your leather.
Yep.
No one else wears it.
Club
Is it Chinese? I can't tell.
pretty quiet.
Yes, it is also very quiet and not many people are dancing.
It's okay.
Hello there. Great place here.
Isn't it? You have the wrong idea about the tribes, you know.
In what way?
Yeah.
The economy.
Then you have these like British people. I guess it's like, I don't know if there's like a colony thing happening still.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, I think there's Russians upstairs. Sailors. They're up there.
You can see yourself dance in the mirror.
Oh, yeah.
Hey man,
Oh.
where you from?
It's the States.
We're from Australia.
Vacation.
Couldn't tell.
Let's just wait for Russ.
He's kind of cute. What's your name?
JC. Is this
The
a good club?
emoticon shirt.
Oh, totally. And it's a Red Arrow place? They get everything real cheap. Look, can we ask a big favor?
Good here, guys.
Sure.
My friend and I. It's so silly. We left our credit cards at the hotel. Think you could get us in?
How much do you need?
Only 20 each.
I don't think there's any payoff for this.
I don't remember. Yeah, that's a good question. I don't think we have any money, to be quite honest.
Sure.
Oh,
Sure.
do we?
Would you like to dance then? Let's go.
You're so bad.
This is what women were like.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Thanks for getting me in.
Aren't we in already though?
I think we're getting into a VIP area, maybe?
Oh, right.
A dance partner for you? 100 credits.
Mama-san. No, I don't think... Do we want to try?
Nah, that seems pretty steep.
Yeah.
Thanks.
I'll be waiting. Come back when you change your mind.
It's like she sounds really whiny and weird.
I'm not your type.
Not
Ask
your...
a few questions.
Look, I was here first.
Hey, man.
Shen told me
Those
himself.
sideburns are pretty
If
sweet,
there's a
though.
job,
Yeah,
I'll get
they
it.
go right into the mustache.
Yeah.
Just back off. I got fired at the quick stop next door without even a warning, and I needed cash.
Tough luck.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna get them back. I'm unlocking to their computer.
Oh.
Management password code 324.
Password is code. Followed by
And
numbers.
search
That,
all their records.
It's not the worst
No,
password.
I guess.
Working for the Red Arrow.
And working it.
It's better than password. I do like that they included this though, like
Don't you like to
a
dance?
little bit of culture in this world. People dancing, hanging out. They're
Yeah.
not. They're not caught up in the larger conspiracy or the global political events. They're just, you know.
Move your hips. I want to dance with my friends.
Isn't that Navarro?
Similar.
Hey man, you block the view.
Dude,
We want to be by ourselves.
now you're harassing these women.
Anything to eat after
There's, it's like the club area is like a staple of Deus Ex, I find now. Like, there's, all of them have like a casino or a club or something to that effect with like one good song, and it's always everyone's like favorite level too, I find, is like like in Human Revolution, that club I think is like,
There's a meme of the like
Have another drink?
Adam Jensen dancing.
hold on.
As you
There's a
were
Gep
saying,
gun lying on the ground.
Well, women.
All right.
I mean, I don't, okay.
Hi ho, sir.
Hi ho.
my friend and I were about to leave.
You see, my class,
We'll listen in.
US, either you have nothing or you have everything. And the women of my class, well, they're spoiled.
So she's really humoring
She's
him.
drunk. She's a barfly.
A silver spoon in her mouth, but
Wooden chopsticks.
yes, good. That's very good. Exactly. And that's why she understands the important things. Food,
Ooh, his voice
shelter,
cracked right there.
a good life.
Important things.
That's a very nice watch.
Thank you. So kind of you.
I hope it's on the
Gift
other
from my
side.
mother, actually.
No. What's the bartender saying?
Carrot gold. Beer is 15. Wine is 1.
He's Australian too.
Can I ask you something?
What do you want to know?
Despite all I've read about the triads, I wasn't prepared to see them operating in the open.
That's true. We got
uniforms.
you know, New York accents. We got the U.S. South accents, Australians.
Hong Kong is a very international place
I would think the
in
secret
some
service
regards,
of the triad
I
would
guess.
disturb the
Yeah.
Chinese government.
Yeah. Well, I think in the Deus Ex world, a lot of places are meant to be more international than they typically are. Globalization and whatnot.
You said
I like how he used to start like having this serious political conversation with the bartender, and he's kind of keeping up with the conversation.
Yeah, he's doing alright.
as long as they don't break the law.
Listen to me. This is real freedom. Freedom to own property, make a profit, make your life. The West so afraid of strong government, now has no government, only financial power.
Our governments have limited power by design.
Rhetoric? You believe it? Don't you know where these slogans come from?
This is the perfect accent to be delivering this scathing critique of JC's values.
Yes, and it's just like some random bartender that like never comes up again.
Hardly as sinister as a dictator, like China's premier.
Privately funded propaganda. The Trilateral Commission in the United States, for instance.
I think you read about the Trilateral Commission in one of the ebooks or something like that.
The separation of powers acknowledges the petty ambitions of individuals. That's its strength.
But I mean, like, again, like, Deus Ex is also one of those games where you actually debate these things with characters.
Yeah, like I think I said this before. Like one of the reasons why I really like this game is because it's the first one that treated me as an adult. I played it when I was like 15 years old. So, and having engagements with NPCs where they're not just telling you what you want to hear or how to get to your next objective, but actually having actual conversations with you is, you know, we don't see nearly enough of this, and even today in video games, I don't think.
I've never seen so many troopers. They must be close to a...
Well, and you think, like,
I don't believe
anytime you're dealing with, like, a sci-fi world like this one, most of the time people are just complaining. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like, oh, but, like...
We're talking about the future.
Yeah, they're just like, I don't know what's gonna happen next, like, or whatever. But, like, here people actually have beliefs and ideas about what's happening. Like, you're not the only... It's not like everyone here is a sheep, so to
No.
speak. You know, everyone has their own ideas about what's happening.
Well, and a lot of people are just disaffected by like the corporations and what's going on in the world and how little control they have over everything.
Hello.
Sorry. Oh, it just leads us up back here. There's another set of stairs. Isn't there?
Yeah, there's wherever the Russians are. I don't know where they are. Right.
Sure.
They could be in the VIP area, wherever that is. Oh, there they are.
Oh, there's Navarra on the dance floor. On the...
Shake it.
Oh, God. Oh, he's having fun, I guess.
It's kind of very weird that in just like this back corner of
they're just drinking 40s and bottles of wine. That is interesting. I like how in the future there's cigarette vending machines, like on the left there.
Oh yeah.
That's things have gone in a different direction than where they're headed now.
Boris, Dmitri, Vladimir,
All Russian sailors.
and I think these ones are nameless.
I spilled my drink.
Nope, Ivan. So basically, like the most, like the 5, like most stereotypical Russian names. I don't think you actually talk to them.
Spill my drink.
There it is. Classic.
Out of my face.
Oh.
Take him to the mama san.
What?
Take him to the mama-san. It's a pool table.
None of us can play pool. How rude.
Come on. We drink the same.
Just very weird.
Oh, some pinball. Nice, high score. Well done.
I'm just that good. Probably talk to everyone here, right? I mean, we could go to the washroom.
Yeah, I think there's some mission stuff in the basement, maybe. But... oh, they even added a kids urinal in this dance club. That's nice.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Oh, what? Weird.
That is weird. They work, though. That is attention to detail.
Yes.
I guess there's an entire website.
This stall has no toilet. Oh, no, it does. You just start.
There's an entire website that tracks whether games have toilets and if they actually work or not.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, what?
They were cutting him and laughing.
Whoa.
And stabbing their swords.
Jeepers, that's some heavy...
She looked fairly short, so I thought she was the child.
Oh, somebody broke the window. Or the mirror.
Nice touch. That's weird. What's happening?
Poor Chinko.
Mm-hmm.
I guess the nightclub is also a staple of like the cyberpunk genre.
I feel silly. You
What, do you know the first nightclub in Cyberpunk? Like narratives? I'm assuming it's like Gibson?
That's what I was trying to think of, is if there's like a nightclub scene in Neuromancer or not. Probably.
And you can get in here, but I don't know why you'd want to.
Yeah, just to steal stuff, I think. There's surprisingly very little going on in Hong Kong.
Yeah, like the little boy likes to say like this is a dangerous area, but there's like literally nobody. Like he says the market is dangerous, but I'm like, I don't get that impression. There's a robot here.
This giant killer robot. And the police station.
But yeah, if you try and break into the police station, the robots come after you. Immediately.
Oh, there's a temple. We can go and pray.
Or Old China Hand. Weird stairs here. Whoa!
It's not a way to greet somebody.
The incense is too heavy to lift.
Pigeons are trapped in here.
Some nice smoke effects.
Yeah, it's not bad. No, no dice. I don't know where that goes. Is the tunnels?
Yes.
Oh, the canals. Great place to get lost.
Yeah, like the first time I went in the canals, I think I drowned just because there was so much water.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of lessons in here about level design.
Yes.
I think they talk about there was like some terrorist or something blew up that bridge or something like that. It's too high. All those augments.
Yeah, you don't actually...
Foiled by a railing.
Yeah. Can I jump here? Yeah.
Well done.
For tourists to visit the canals at night. Come by the
That
morning.
guy just has a flamethrower.
That's effective police tactics right there. A flamethrower.
It's kind of like eerie.
Yeah, no, it's a little run down.
But again, it's so empty, and I think that's one of the things the newer Deus Ex really fix, is like they give you a sense that the place is lived in, and
Yep. That's
this
actually
is like,
a good example of Deus Ex level design right there. A lot of games, at a certain point, were just interested in having your loading screen just happen whenever. Whereas in these games, they're meticulously designed that you're going down a corridor, so you can't see what's around the corner, so that they can actually load it and then load up the rest of that part of the world, and then you will emerge from the tunnel, and you're in that space. You're never seeing that kind of transition happen.
I myself have been.
And on the Human Revolution director's commentary, they talk about how the level designers wanted to just do those abrupt cuts, and they're like, no, you can't. You have to box people in with like cars that are parked in a certain way, so they can't go down that way, but they can see, and the world never ends, and you're not seeing the seams of the world. This kind of more holistic approach to level design.
and it's things you take for granted because now you're used to it.
Yeah, they're so seamless, but like before, like in the 90s especially, it wasn't things people seem to be thinking about at all.
Now, is this a fetish thing, or is she legitimately a
My
schoolgirl?
mother said there's too much fighting. I have to stay here.
Because according to how she's talking, she seems like she's a child, but
Yeah.
she's the same model as like any grown woman.
Yeah.
Which is like, I just like pressing the buttons.
You gotta figure what they do. This is Maggie Chow lives here, I think.
Welcome to Queen's Tower.
Thanks, man. Ooh.
Another map?
Jeepers.
Again, weird things that people leave on the desk.
Tourist info.
Yeah, I don't think you can just walk up here.
No, I don't think so. That's a lot of bulletins.
Discreet, luxurious accommodations.
I like my accommodations being discreet.
Indoor pool, spa, gymnasium, and clinic. And so you basically don't have any information about any, like you can't actually get to anybody living there because they don't have the codes published.
Right.
That's what that was saying.
Oh, nice. Like all the brands are the same no matter where you go.
There's only one brand of chips, you know.
And only one brand of that delicious soy food.
Yeah.
Soy
Well,
sauce.
and now that's something that's coming. Whoa.
That was a big...
It's a pretty cool design. It's got like the flag.
It's weird. I think, are they maybe pulling from like RoboCop?
Yeah.
You know, they designed some of the mechs in this. And then I found the RoboCop reboot gets back into like the Deus Ex territory because it's all about like drones and legalizing the use of drones.
Oh, I haven't seen the RoboCop remake.
Yeah. It's interesting. It takes the media a lot more seriously as its role in making types of combat acceptable to people. So they accept them in like foreign military combat, but they don't accept them domestically.
They left over an hour ago.
But in Deus Ex, it's just kind of commonplace to see these drones patrolling the streets, and they will mess you up.
Yes.
If you cross them.
And it's kind of like really intimidating to see them.
Yeah.
Because you're just like, oh, okay.
Almost any drone in this game is just pretty terrifying to cross. Even the little ones that roll around on tracks.
I assume that's her hotel across the street.
That is correct.
That's a good assumption.
How do I get up to see her?
Main elevator. Maggie Chow would be angry if you arrived any other way.
Oh, there is another way, I think. Get into like one of the elevators shafts or something. It's a good place for your advertisements.
Yeah, like we're... Well, I mean, it worked for us, right?
That's true. I want to buy whatever that was.
Yeah, see, this area I'm not a fan of.
No, this
There's
isn't...
nothing here.
No. think if you go up here, there's a way to get across or something like that. And we'll probably keep coming back to this, but this is, you know, Deus Ex really did a good job of proving why the multi-path approach to solving your missions is a really useful design philosophy. Like, you can go straight in the way they're expecting you, you can take a very long route to go the long way and sneak in, get some exploration bonus points, that sort of thing.
And two, it mixes up the conversations, right? Because people react differently to how you do different things, like we talked about before with like the lethal or non-lethal, but like it means that it like affords a second playthrough too, right? Like, so you can do it one way one time and then another way the other time, and the game kind of rewards you for that because you get to experience different parts of the level that you may not have seen before.
Yeah, no, that's a good point.
There we go.
Well, and I find like if I want to do another approach, like I almost always change my entire playstyle for that entire playthrough because it's so dramatically different from like the combat versus the stealth versus the, you know, exploration and combat avoidance.
And now that's kind of, I think, a mainstay with like especially Deus Ex games where people will just ask you like, is this your stealth run? Is this your like combat run? And like it's just expected that you're going to play through, oh boy, multiple times.
What's going on?
I don't even know if this is where I'm supposed to go.
I think you're on the right path.
It's just frightening because you're so far up at this point.
It's instant death, yeah.
Unless you're playing Human Revolution, you get that Icarus.
I love how they named the thing that saved you from falling after that Greek god who had a terrible fall.
Yes.
Like that's kind of what he's known for. He's not really sticking the landing, but you know.
It makes you feel better when you screw up, though.
Yes, that's true.
Look out, pigeons!
Penthouse. I think that's where she is.
There we go. We had to press it a few times.
Just
in case you didn't know.
Look how dangerous that is.
Yeah, there's no guard or anything.
It goes right into her house.
This is probably the fanciest building or room in.
Oh, you can
series.
play the. Oh, I thought he had another one.
Maybe a different piano.
One of the times, I think he plays the opening notes of the theme song.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, this isn't supposed to be like this.
Yeah.
All right then. I wonder who that person is.
Yeah, that's what I always want to know when like I see like, and there's another one there, but like when I see people like that, I'm like, what did they ask them? Like, how did they trick them into getting into this game? Or like, are they the devs like daughters or like girlfriends or something? You know?
Yeah, and sometimes I think they just buy stock photos.
Oh, really?
And they don't. Once you sell your rights away to your image in a stock photo, you don't get any say over how it's used. So there's that story of that woman she became a KFC ad, where they're like insinuating that she can fit a whole chicken sandwich in her mouth or something like that.
Oh.
And she's like, I don't want this to be my image. And I'm like, well, we have the rights to it.
Temporarily. Put the long-term agenda on hold until Bursa Life has met its deadline. It will be months and probably years before the Red Arrow can influence Beijing, whereas, well, I'm sure you heard about my appointment.
He's so proud.
I'm kind of a big deal.
It's just FEMA, dude. Oh, maybe it means his appointment in the Illuminati? I don't know. I guess we're not going to get to meet Maggie. We did.
To be fair, I don't think I went through the right way. I think this way.
I think it's the lantern. Is that how it closes the door? That's what it is.
Oh, did I do something?
Very clever. There must be a door.
Yeah, like she must have like a...
There you go.
Yeah, here we go. Again, I love it. Like, this is the kind of thing that I want.
It's I think Maggie has a relationship with your brother Paul or something. they had like maybe a fling or something, because there's some weird backstory to that never really gets resolved. Paul's got like this whole life. It's pretty impressive, this whole backstory to him, and you're often like spending it following in his footsteps. And he kind of got made aware of all this conspiracy things throughout the course of his journeys. That seemed unnecessary.
I didn't do it on purpose.
Oh, I think there's one of the Jacob's Ladder chapters around here. Should find one of those. What's that say?
Insurgent by X.
Oh, okay. That's not the one. What's that other book?
Look at these fancy chairs. Very sci-fi. Typhoon by Lin Yu. No.
Somewhere there's a Jacob's Ladder.
Hi, hello, Maggie. I swear I'll never forget your birthday again. July 18th is marked on my calendar forever. As should be yours, everybody.
That might be a code. July 18th.
Oh, for here?
Yeah. I don't remember where to log in this, though.
Nope.
It could be like M. Chow or I don't know.
No, we have not memorized all the logins in this game.
It could literally be July 18th too.
You think so?
No, like the password, not the username.
It's both. The chairs in this game get stuck on you all the time.
I go in there. That's our room.
Yep.
Somewhere there's one of those books. We should find one of those. Indestructible Glass.
There we go. Well, maybe.
What's that say?
Mason, two of my favorite books, Insurgent and Typhoon, which was in the office.
Might relate to the password.
Yeah, I bet you the login's like Insurgent or something.
That's another nice thing, is that if there's a code in the space, it's almost always something you can discover organically through exploring the world.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a nice touch. Like, it just... I've been playing the most recent one, and it doesn't seem to be the same. And so I just drive myself crazy staring at all the Post-it notes on their walls, being like, is that the code?
Oh, really?
Is that the code? Yeah. And it's not. It's never the code.
Well, and of course the classic code is the first code.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of like getting sick of that. I'm like, okay, how many times do you have to... You know what I mean?
Yeah. It would almost be...
They're almost they must almost feel obligated. They're like, well, the first one has to be like 05, whatever. 61,